Hey, greetings, Bold Coach Steve Schleter. Hey, your team leader asked me to chime in and share with you, well, what is Onward Bold? How is this different than previous Bolds? And let's start off with, first and foremost, it is a completely new product. I'm going to start in this video sharing with you the mindset topics, the top 5 mindset topics. In the next video, we'll share with you the skill set topics about what's really changed in Bold and why it was built for today. You know, Gary sat down with his team to write this Bold. He said, let's start with a clean slate. If we had never written Bold, what would we be writing at this time? And he said, it's always built on a foundation of mindset. And what if right now the scaffolding you need, the underpinning you need in your business is, I gotta get a checkup from the neck up. Something has to happen different in my thinking so I can take on the challenges or maybe the uncomfortable things that are necessary right now to have the success I desire, and I'm not settling. So let me give you 5 mindset focus areas. So it starts with first the 5 principles of success. And this is something Gary calls the way. Now the way, it begins with something called a Misogi challenge. And a Misogi it's taking on a challenge that is so daunting that it causes you to get way out of your comfort zone and build confidence and power that maybe you didn't have before. And then secondly, it's what we call exposure therapy. It's finding what you fear, leaning into that fear so that you build that personal power and confidence and capability, necessary to navigate these times. And part of that is the third point, the mindset point, which is Kaizen, which is making small, consistent improvements incrementally, things that compound and lead to 6 weeks later, you being in a completely different place. And you develop something we call the myelin effect. The myelin effect is new conditioned behavior, new neural pathways that now make it second nature to do the things necessary to have the success you really desire and deserve. And then the 5th part of the way is Kitsugi. It's rebuilding what feels broken and turning into something that's an advantage. So that's the 5 principles of success. Now, then we have the 10 bold truths. Now, the 10 bold truths, think of these as a masterclass in performance thinking. In fact, I was writing this down. I said, which one do I want to share with you? Just real quickly. And the one I would share today is life is an inside job. It's inside to the outside. And Gary would say in Quantum Leap, it's first creation here and here, second creation before you get in physical form. And what's the inside work that we're doing today or needs to be done so that we have what we desire on the outside? Now, the third mindset topic is the new 38 bold laws. We've got 38 bold laws, only 9 of them are the originals, the things that carried forward. Here's one that's one of my favorite. It's believe more, fear less. When we think about believe more, fear less, I want you to think about fear as an emotion of the future. And it arrives when you don't know what's going to happen next. So when you believe in your goal and the strength of your plan, well, this is when you become fearless or fearless. And so it becomes necessary for us to kind of maybe recalibrate our approach. And then the 4th point on mindset is we get into these keystone habits. What are those fundamental habits that are going to help us win the morning so that we win the day? Now, by the way, that's another bold law, win the morning, win the day. And then number 5, as is traditional with Bold, it's teamwork, it's accountability, it's the environment where we get in, where we take each other outside our comfort zone to new levels of achievement, and we're not an island. This is not a time to be an island in your business today. It's a time to lean in, and Bold is just the place to do it. It was built for this market. The original Bold was built in 2009 for shifting times, just like we're through today, to help us navigate this and become the victors and not victims of a shifting market. So I look forward to seeing you at First Step to Bold, and let's begin a journey together. And watch the next video, and we'll talk about skill set. See ya. Bye.